All right, hello, my loves. Welcome or welcome back. I hope you've had a good couple weeks and are doing okay. I actually just got back from a trip, which, fingers crossed, I gathered enough footage while I was away to make a video out of it. Um, we'll see what kind of of video it is. I'm hoping for a vlog style, but if that doesn't work out, I might just sit down, have a chat about what I got up to, and show you like B-roll footage overlaid on top of that. We'll see how that turns out, but for today, I wanted to show you what stationery I brought with me. And yeah, so my stationery pouch is new, actually. This trip was its first use. And yeah, so this is the Delfonics utility bag. In the small size, I believe, and it's in the gray colorway. Very happy with it. It has so many pockets, a couple at the back, which I have not used yet, and then a couple at the front here. And so yeah, in terms of accessories, I do have one. I'll try to get a close-up of this. But this is a wee house charm that I made out of clay, and then some beads from Michael's. And yeah, I just have a little lobster clasp on that, on the zipper. And that's it for decoration. I am hoping to like get a pin or something to put on it. But I don't want to force it. I just want it to like come naturally. Also, I lost a nail, so yeah, that's that. Okay, so for what's in the pockets, let's start with the outside pockets. This first one here, I just have the Traveler's Company Have a Nice Trip brass clip. I brought it just in case I wanted to pin, or yeah, I guess pin down my pages while I was journaling. It didn't get any use, but it was a nice little decoration piece to have on the bag. And yeah, it was nice to have just in case. And also, I think the Have a Nice Trip motif was kind of fitting for traveling. And then in this next pocket here, I have a washi tape sampler that I kind of made on an old loyalty card. And I just brought some of my favorite washies. It didn't get used as much as I was kind of expecting, but I also didn't do as much journaling as I thought I would. I only did like 1 or 2 spreads as opposed to doing it every day like I was expecting to do. But that's okay. I just have some of my favorite washi tapes on here. So this Moon Phase is from Paper Haunt. This plain glitter is from, that's an oxymoron. I just realized, plain and glitter. Anyway, this glitter is from Scotch brand. This black grid is from Michael's. It came in a pack. This blue is also Scotch brand. And then this purple is one of my favorites. It came from a multi-pack from Michael's. So yeah, those are the washi tapes I brought with me. And then as I was kind of filling up that card, I ran out of a couple of these washies, one of them being the black grid. So while I was there, I did purchase a new black grid washi. This one is thinner. It's, I would say, half the size, maybe. Don't ask me what measurement it actually is. I have no idea. But I got this from Front and Company in Vancouver. And yeah, it was one of their storefronts is kind of like a, how do you describe it? Like a, it's kind of like a miscellaneous trinket kind of shop. And they had washi tape. And I had a look through, and this one was absolutely perfect. So I just had that hanging out in the front as well. And then this next front pocket is all of the ephemera that I collected. So receipts, a, what's it called? Like mug sleeve, clothing tags, business cards, receipts, and then I do have a couple of photo strips here that I have yet to journal with. But yeah, that's kind of where I kept most of my ephemera. That's the word. So yeah, let me just put all that back. And then, as I mentioned, this pouch does have back pockets. I didn't make use of any of them, but there are 2 here of different sizes. And then there is a Velcro pocket here. So yeah, didn't get used, but nice to have these pockets. So let's get into the main compartment. And the first thing that I have in here is my morning pages notebook. This is an A6 Midori grid notebook, and this is my 11th volume of morning pages. However, it is not my 11th notebook of this particular variety. I do like to change it up for my morning pages, but yeah, I don't know. This one I seem to come back to a lot. And I also have a piece of blotting paper that I trimmed down to fit the A6 size. And this was handy, as you can tell. It was brand new, no ink on it when I left. And yeah, very helpful. I can't remember if one of you mentioned on like one of my old videos to get blotting paper, or if that was one of my own ideas. But it's been so helpful. I even have one for like my A5 that I use, and it has been a game changer. So if you have really inky fountain pens, highly recommend these. So yeah, that's the first thing I have in there. And then I do have my fountain pens. I kept them in the plastic bag because I was scared of them leaking with the air pressure changes on the plane. Luckily, I had no problems with them, but I know when I first got my TWSBI, it was very leaky. And so I had the plastic bag as a precaution, just in case it did happen. But the pens I brought with me are my TWSBI Eco in white, and my ch.002 Sport in coconut. And this one is inked up with, I wish there was an English name on this, but this is the Sailor Permanent Black ink. That's what I have in my ch.002. And then my TWSBI has the same ink, but in blue. So let me get it. This one is in my TWSBI. These are both permanent inks, and they're great because maybe a little bit of TMI, but I have clammy hands, and so it is very helpful to have archival ink and smudge-free ink. So just to protect my writing. It's kind of like the one thing I can do to make it a sustainable, long-term archival project. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, those are the 2 fountain pens I brought with me. And then also in the main compartment are the other pens I brought. So these didn't get as much use as I thought, but it was still good to bring them with me just in case I wanted to do some like actual planning. That's what I use these zebra mildliners for. I have them in red, purple, blue, and gray. And I have a color coding system with my schedule and everything. So if I wanted to do any planning, I had them just in case, which was really handy. I also brought a mechanical pencil, which I always, when I don't bring a pencil, I wish I brought one, and when I do bring one, I never use it. Um, so I wanted to have this just in case, and so I'm glad I did. I think I maybe used it once, so a win for me, I guess. And then I have the Uniball Signo silver gel pen. I love these gel pens. I had one in silver and gold, and then repurchased the silver one once it ran out of ink. And have yet to repurchase a gold, but I'm more of a silver kind of guy, so um, yeah, I brought this along and I used it, so that's great. What else in this main compartment? Some trash that I meant to throw away. I have some, whoops. I just have like the remnants of a boarding ticket and then the other side of the coffee sleeve. So I will throw that away now. And that's it for the main compartment. Within this, what's it called? Within this pouch, there are more pockets. There's another Velcro pocket, and there are two smaller pockets along the side as well. So in the Velcro pocket, I have two things. I have my sticker release book, which actually got more use than I was anticipating. I just wanted it in case I sat down to journal and wanted to add some stickers. And yeah, I love this. This is the Traveler's Company passport size sticker release notebook. I can't remember exactly which number it is, but yeah, I love it. It's my favorite, one of my favorite stationery tools. And so yeah, I was really glad I had it with me. And that's, no, I was about to say that's everything in that Velcro pocket, but I also brought a 15 centimeter ruler, because I was only taking a carry-on bag. I couldn't bring any scissors. So what I did with any like receipts, ephemera, boarding tickets, any of that, I just ripped it if I needed to trim it down. And to get the straight edge, I just used the ruler. And that's really all I brought it for. That's what I used it for. And yeah, it was very, very handy to have. We're getting there. We're almost there. In one of the inside smaller pockets, I brought my Tombow permanent adhesive. This is my favorite roll-on glue. I love this glue. And yeah, that had to have. This is a must-have. I like it because it's cleaner than a glue stick. And by cleaner, I mean less messy. I don't like the feeling of glue. I don't like the mess of glue. And I don't like how wrinkly glue sticks make my pages. So, but the permanent adhesive by Tombow is a really, really good substitute. It sticks everything down pretty permanently, I would say. And yeah, it does the job. And it's a lot less messy than glue stick. A glue stick, which is the alternative for me. Last two things I brought. This one is my date stamp. I love me a good date stamp. I use it in my morning pages, and I also use it in my A5 common planner to date my like journal pages. And so this one got a lot of use. I love it. And then the last thing that I have in here is just a tiny, well-loved eraser. I brought this just in case I decided to do any fancy, like, writing for, like, headings in my pages, and that's why I also brought the pencil. And then I brought this so that I could erase. I didn't use it, but good to have. Okay, sorry about the slight angle change. My camera did fall. I low-key need a new camera mount. But let me just clean this up and I will wrap up. Oops. Okay, so I would have put everything back in its proper home, except for the fact that I'm going on another trip this weekend. It's local though, it's more so local. I don't have to worry about the plastic bag, and so I put my Cueco in this little pen slot here. It's the perfect size, it fits so nicely. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna keep everything pretty much the same, and we'll see how that treats me. Um, this Delfonics pouch has served me well thus far, and so yeah. All right, that is it for this video. I hope it was interesting to see what kind of stationery essentials I have for traveling. Um, and yeah, if you want to see what I got up to on my travels, stay tuned for next week's video, hopefully. Um, and I will definitely tell you all about it for sure. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching and spending your time with me, and I will talk soon.